I think if Bitcoin goes into a bull market, Cardano is going to $5.
Hey guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never, ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango.
Good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter, and I welcome you back. I welcome you back to the Mango Grove on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. And I have here with me the beautiful, the gorgeous, the radio voice herself, Krisha. Krisha, say hi.
And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. Happy Monday indeed. Sean, Bitcoin making moves. But question is, was this Elon Musk again? Damn.
We'll be talking about this
shortly, very shortly. But guys, on today's agenda, we will first be starting off with, of course, Bitcoin, and then we'll be moving on over to the altcoin of the day. And what is that? Well, that is Cardano. Believe it or not, Cardano actually won by a landslide. Like, the count was ridiculous at this point. And this is why I really, really like the Cardano community, because they're always so positive, they're always engaging, and yeah, it's just, they're super, super fun to be around. So Sean,
Cardano,
thoughts?
Yeah. I do want to give a quick shout out to Wolvie, IJ, and Anise Wolvie and IJ for being so regular with their comments underneath the videos, and for Anise, because not only does he tell us that he prefers Cardano, but he tells us why, and it's that kind of engagement that I really, really like. And hey, Anise, I hope you're doing well. I know you did have some health issues, but sending out my thoughts and my love to you. Hope you're well.
Yes, sir, Anise. So hope you're well too, as well as everyone else in the Mango community. Thank you for coming out and, well, engaging with Mango. Now, Sean, let's get into the charts.
And remember, guys, if you want your coin being analyzed in tomorrow's video, make sure you tell us which coin you want us to analyze, because that's the best way, right? The best, easiest way for us to know which coin to cover. Instead of us just guessing, you guys get to tell us. So hey, every vote counts. Sometimes a coin gets through simply by one vote of a difference. So
yeah, and if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, Sean, let's get into the charts. So Bitcoin did make a move. People are they're attributing this move to, well, Elon Musk once again. This seems to be trending. Musk says Tesla will accept Bitcoin again as crypto miners use more clean energy.
It's funny, Elon is now turning into the China FUD of 2021's rally. Like, China bans Bitcoin, China unbans Bitcoin,
yeah.
Musk will accept Bitcoin, Musk won't accept Bitcoin, Musk will accept Bitcoin again. So it's kind of fun. So wait, what is he saying exactly? That Tesla will accept Bitcoin, or Tesla has already started accepting Bitcoin?
Man, I have no idea. I have not read the post.
Okay, who cares? Either way, the price will tell us the story.
Exactly. So let's get into the charts. So, I mean, yes, we did take this leg to the upside, but I'll be honest with you, Sean, I'm still looking at resistance right now that we're currently up against, which is this region right here, sitting at around that 39.5K.
Let's do this. Let's not start with this. All right. Let's go. We just closed a weekly, correct?
Yes.
So let's start with the weekly time frame. I really think it's important for people to get a good look at the bigger picture over here, to be able to frame their mindset leading into this week's trade opportunities. You're completely correct that we are setting up against resistance, but in what direction would you rather be trading after this weekly close, after, well, the 4-day close, and then we can look at the daily. That's how I'm going to be looking at it. And what are your thoughts, Krisha, on this weekly close right over here?
Bullish. I think it's looking good. Why is that? Because, I mean, just look at this candle, Sean. Like, this was a really, really good candle. We took back the closes of the last. We've pretty much undone much of what was done in that last 2 weeks. Right.
And if you do remember from our conversations over the past 2 days, this is exactly what we were looking for. from the weekly candle closes.
Right.
We talked about how the prior weekly candle closes managed to just close above the previous candle closes, right? We were closing green, but they weren't like full body candles. This is our first green full body candle since the dump. So that's a massive step forward by the bulls. Now, is it enough? Well, let's go ahead and check the lower time frames. But before we do that, let's first check our dynamic and then the Ichimoku. And drum roll, Krisha.
Oh,
yes,
we've
this is
taken
the
that.
first thing I looked for when I woke up this morning. I'm like, did the weekly close above the dynamic? We've been talking about this for weeks now, right?
Yeah.
Well, every week I've been watching this close. We got that close. I had a smile on my face. Now, yes, we're sitting on lower time frame resistance, right? But the weekly now has reshaped itself. It's good news. We're sitting though on weekly support. Now the tables have turned. Before we were sitting underneath resistance, we've closed above. I'm looking for this week now to hold that close above. We may dip underneath. We may come in and wick to 36,000, 37,000-ish. Give us a test. But I'll be looking for the close above and preferably looking for the green close. So now this is the weekly. Now we can look at the 4-day, in my opinion. Actually, let's check out the Ichimoku. And what do we have over here? Our first convincing candle close above the Kijun.
Right.
Right? Again, it's all lining up. Got a good close on the dynamic. Got a good close on the Ichimoku. And just looking through price action too, you agree we got good candle closes.
Right.
Right? On a naked chart. How about the 4-day now? We can look at the 4-day. 4-day closed above the Kijun. This is the first 4-day candle close above the Kijun. But guys, don't get excited just yet. Let's go look at the dynamic. And hey, this has been a guiding light. And we now have the upline come into the dynamic. We do have the cross, right? However, price is still within the dynamic range, right? So until we start closing above the 4-day dynamic, we don't have the full-on momentum leading from the higher time frames into the mid time frames into the lower time frames. So yes, this is where your thesis starts coming into play, Krisha. We do have resistance overhead, so you can take over from here.
So I think that while and the resistance, yes, we're seeing it on the daily time frame, and it's pretty much the same thing on the 4-day time frame as well, right? We're looking at that 40K region essentially, but just with how you showed us on the weekly time frame, I feel like the bulls may very well have the edge here. If anything, in fact, this is something that I had just posted on the Mango Seed chat, wherein I think that we're actually going to come down to put in a higher low before we get the next push to the upside. And the next push on, I'll be looking for Bitcoin to start testing that $47,500 region.
Yep.
Right.
A lot of eyes are on 47K. It's going to be such an interesting area now, in my opinion, because if we do blow through that, there's going to be a short squeeze, I think, arising from that point, right, that people are neglecting.
Yes.
That's looking so interesting. That's looking like a C-SPAN trade over there.
Exactly. That is, and it is a classic play, right? From the Kijun, we get the close over the Kijun going all the way up to the Tenkan. That is your C-SPAN trade right there, served to you on a platter.
Do we put in a lower high over there, or do we break it?
Exactly. Now, therein lies the question, and I don't care what Elon says. The price action will paint the picture here, okay? Because us putting in a lower high over here could result in that downtrend, that macro downtrend that we're seeing on the weekly time frame actually continue.
Yeah. So it's going to be really imperative to keep your eyes on the price action that unfolds around that region.
Exactly, because that is going to tip you off on who is really in control here.
It's why I've been telling all of you guys on the Grove chat too. By the way, if you guys are not on the Mango Discord just yet, we have a wonderful community. Make sure you join themangoway.com/Discord. You'll also find a link underneath this video. So yeah, go ahead and join our community while you can. So another thing that I've been talking about for a while now, Krisha, is that the most convincing bull picture is for us to start an uptrend above the zone, right? Using this as a starting point, I want to start seeing high lows, high highs above this area over here. That will crush all doubt,
Yes.
Right, that will crush all doubt, and that's also going to show itself with the 4-day having an uptrend in general. The weekly also probably is going to look really strong, but yeah. So Krisha, you were looking at the daily time frame, right?
Yes.
I do want to show you something else on the daily again. Krisha, guys, start off this video saying that we are sitting up against resistance, and that's really important. Before any of you guys FOMO, right, jump into massively leveraged positions, understand that while the weekly is looking really good, if you over position yourself looking for an immediate move, expecting immediate move, if your trade idea relies on an immediate move instead of allowing for some downside move first, you will get punished. And I've seen this happen far too many times, where people have the direction of their trade right, eventual direction right, but they overposition and they do not allow for any downside pullback before that continuation, right? And they lose their position, they lose their accounts, and then they watch price go in their direction, and there's just tears in their eyes, right? So don't make that mistake. This is why multi-time frame analysis is really important. And if you want to get into position here, you need to be okay with price pulling back on you without getting pushed out of position. So yes, we are sitting up against horizontal resistance. We are also, Kushal, let me just clear out all these lines, sitting up against beautiful dynamic resistance right over there. The dynamic is thinning out now. We don't have to wait for 42,000 to break anymore. Instead, we only have to wait for the horizontal at 40,000, 40,500 to break towards the upside. Yeah. So it's just a little bit of patience is required, guys. Just a little bit of patience, and we'll have the easier trade, in my opinion.
Exactly. So Sean, what are your thoughts on this falling channel? I believe we have a break, but not enough volume. I think the volume is best seen on the 4-hour time frame. We could see this build up from here, but the
4-hour time frame is interesting. But I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, that's actually the time frame that I wanted to get down to.
The Ichimoku, Krisha, if you pull it up, do you have your 200 moving average up over here?
I can pull it up.
This is what I've been looking at. This is a classic play.
Beautiful. Okay. So
falling channel, breaking out of the Kumo cloud on the first test of the 200 moving average is always a sell. Right, it's always a take profit or perhaps even a scalp short opportunity, right? You then wait for the high low while the Kumo turns green, and we have that being put in place now as well. Kumo has turned green, as you guys can see right over there, looking for that high low now or a break above the 200 moving average. So we want to see 2 candle closes above the 200 moving average or a higher low, giving us a retest of either the flat of the cloud right over here, guys. Right, you guys see the flat of the cloud here, or the Tenkin right over there. So price coming in over there is likely going to get bid. The question now is, let's say you're waiting for a trade entry, right? And you don't get that trade entry because price just keeps going up. That's not a reason to feel bad about your trade or your missed opportunity, guys. That is information that clues you in on the bull momentum over here. If the bulls are forming into positions with so much conviction that they aren't even looking for a higher low over here and looking for the higher low above the 200 moving average, well, that gives you more confidence in the break of the daily time frame, and then we can look towards the Kumo twist over here, and that's lining up with the C-span trade on the daily time frame, which also, by the way, lines up with the 4-day Kijun and the Tenkin coming in with its C-span trade as well. And you're seeing it all unfold, cascade onto the higher time frames, perhaps putting in the lower high over here, giving us a higher low. Who knows? I don't think that is
a plausible thing, and that's the thing. People could get faked out on that move because that is the 47K region that we are looking at. So it's really about understanding where that overarching structure of the market.
Yeah.
But I think so far, just by looking at the lower time frames up to the intermediate time frame, Sean, I think that the bulls they're beginning to get the edge here.
Yeah, I think so too. It's all unfolding like we've been discussing over the past weeks, right? We talked about how it's going to require patience. In fact, months ago, we started looking at the US 10-year treasuries, the yields right over here, right? We're looking for this to finally give in and roll over towards the downside. Let me just clear out all our drawings from yesterday's video. Go ahead and watch yesterday's video, guys, if you missed it. And we did break this towards the downside. Finally, this was what I was looking for, to look for Bitcoin having its leg towards the upside. And what do you know? Like clockwork, Bitcoin is getting its first good leg. Again, I'm not fully saying that we are going to reverse over here. Remember, We talked about this for a while now. The 4-day pattern is going to take around a month or 45 days to actually start its uptrend, convincingly enough for me. But does that mean there's no trade opportunity in the interim? Not at all. There are going to be some beautiful trade opportunities. What are your targets for the the falling channel to the upside, Krisha?
Let's go ahead, plot that out. Let's get on over to the daily. The daily is going to give us a better idea since it's best viewed right here, and that goes takes us up to 45,300. So yeah, that is the main target for the falling channel on Bitcoin.
When is this target invalidated?
When is it invalidated? If so it's the target gets invalidated once the pattern is invalidated. If we start breaking back into the pattern, okay, I'll be looking for candle closes back into, allow me to just clear my chart out for you. All right, if we do something like this and we break back in, start closing candles within the pattern again, that's what will negate the falling channel.
I just love the setup right over here. Let me just go ahead and delete all of these drawings. So what's going on over here, Krisha, if you do see it, the 21 EMA is outlining the falling channel almost perfectly.
Yes.
So one of the plays I do like is when you do break out of the falling channel, right? We end up grinding a little bit against the falling channel. That's going to give us a retest of the 21 EMA. Sometimes we trickle down this way, giving the Tenkin time to come into price as well. And then we have the move towards the upside. That's going to look pretty good.
Yeah. So these are the key sort of signatures to watch out for if you are someone looking to see if Bitcoin is going to see that continuation to the upside. However, if we see continuation to the downside, I'll be looking for more candles underneath the 21 EMA.
Yep.
Right. So if we start seeing consecutive candles once again breaking that 21 EMA to the downside, I'm saying likely going to start that downside consolidation once again.
And look to your 4-day again.
Exactly. All right, so now this is Bitcoin USD. Let's get into Cardano. Sean, Cardano won the vote yesterday. It was the popular coin. Now, if you are someone who wants us to cover any specific altcoin that you are looking at, go ahead, pause the video. We're not running away, I promise. Get down to the comment section and tell us which altcoin you want us to cover. Okay, if you have to go ahead and share this video with your friends to get them to vote as well for you, go ahead and do so. Okay, the popular vote wins. Cool beans, cool beans. Sean, getting into Cardano's analysis. Now, last time we covered Cardano a couple of days ago, I was looking at this picture, especially on the daily and the 4-hour time frame, as bloody bearish. However, okay, now if I get on over to the weekly, we did also close a candle on the weekly time frame. I'm going to zoom in to this price action. I currently have my Ichimoku cloud on. As you can see, that bullish structure is still intact. But the last time we spoke about Cardano was pretty much hovering somewhere around that Tenkin, right? It was looking bearish, and
I disagreed at the time.
Right. So Sean was on the other side of this analysis. I was leaning more towards the bearish end. Sean, on the other hand, was leaning more bullish. If I have to just go ahead and put on that 10 SMA.
Ooh.
Look at what we've done.
Hey.
Actually managed to get all the way back up to defend the 10 simple moving average once again. Okay, that is showing strength from the bulls. And I think this was good. This was a really, really good wick. Like, look at that pickup. We were hovering here, Sean. We were somewhere here. I'm just like, that's not looking good anymore.
Which is why
the wick is 14%.
We always say, wait for the candle close, right? You don't bet against support, especially on a weekly uptrend. And at the end of the day, Krisha, Cardano, as scary as it does tend to look in the interim, right? During those key moments before the weekly closes, when you zoom out and you just look at the big picture and you look back in hindsight, you're like, wait a minute, the bulls always seem to step in when it matters, right? Now, you can't always rely on that, I agree, but the picture over here is weekly Tenkin, weekly 21 EMA, weekly Kijun. Until it's easy to flip on this one, right? We lose all of those levels, we flip bearish. Until then, Cardano bulls may step in, and they have been stepping in, as we saw.
Right. So I think Cardano on the weekly had a very strong close. My target for this one, okay, is actually going to come in here at the top of the range, coming in at $1.79.
Yeah, I agree.
And even if I have to just go ahead, if you don't mind, I'm going to pan on over to the 4-hour time frame very quickly. Actually, not the 4-hour. Let's do the 12-hour. I noticed a pattern play on there, something very similar to that of Bitcoin, where in Cardano 2, if I just turn off my cloud, all right, Cardano 2 was drawing in a falling channel.
Nice
a falling channel out of which we've broken out of. And the measured move for this takes Cardano up to that $79 region.
Really
so
like
there
that.
is confluence there. I'll be looking for that next set of push to the upside, at the very least. However, of course, there's always another side to every trade, right? The downside, or hell, even consolidation. If we start breaking back into the pattern, I'm saying that the pattern gets negated. Okay. However, what's the one thing that I keep telling you guys? Watch out for structure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's really key because, Krisha, as you mentioned that, I was actually looking at these lows over here. Oops. You guys get the idea. These lows over here. And I'm like, okay, did we hold those lows on this falling channel? And we did. This falling channel stopped just before we could threaten those lows right over there. We put in a higher low compared to these lows over here, right? And then broke up the falling channel. So the bulls are holding structure. So again, Cardano has been one of the front runners in this market, and I wouldn't want to bet against it until we actually see it lose those key weekly levels.
Yeah, the bulls definitely look like they have a bit more oomph here. For me, the next region of contention is going to come in at $1.79.
What about downside support, Krisha?
Downside support, I mean, you can see it on my charts, $1.31. We're pretty much in that squeeze, in that range, and we've been so now for what? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. This is the 4th week. Right, this is the range. It's a rather yes, it's volatile, but it's rewarding. Volatility is a good thing in trading, right? The top of the range comes in at $1.79, bottom comes in at $1.31.
So we lose $1.31. What are you looking for next? If we lose it, remember, guys, if this then that.
Right. So if we lose $1.31, the next region comes in here at $1.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And that was essentially the region around which we accumulated for our trade towards the upside, right? So a lot of you guys are going to, especially as you gain more experience in the market, you're going to realize that, wait a minute, all these levels that I traded towards the upside, I can simply leave those horizontals on the chart and I can trade the same levels to the downside. So the TA becomes a lot easier once you're trading the same chart. It's one of the reasons why people tend to prefer trading a single asset, because they can trade both directions fluidly, right? As soon as a level is lost at the back of the head, they already know what level is next because they traded that level to the upside.
Right.
So again, Krisha's right. $1 is next if we do lose it towards the upside, though. Krisha, what if we take out $1.81? What are we looking towards the upside next?
Back to testing the highs.
237, 234.
Yep. But for now, it's going to be an if this then that. Ultimately, Bitcoin is going to be the market driver here. Depending on what Bitcoin does, the altcoins are going to follow suit.
I think if Bitcoin goes into a bull market, Cardano is going to $5.
Alrighty, guys. Now, this is all we have for you. Let us know what your thoughts are on either one of these coins, Bitcoin or Cardano, in the comment section below. And don't forget to tell us what altcoin you want us to cover in tomorrow's video. Now, with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao.
Ciao, guys.